We don't even know we're divided inside.
But it's an obvious thing, right?
But nobody
We're wearing all kinds
knows.
of masks.
Right, but nobody knows.
This version of me shows up in this scenario, and this version of me shows up in that scenario. I am a certain way here, and I'm a certain way there, right? Obviously. And learning, constantly signing up for different things, to learn different methods to improve ourselves, psychological selves, right? All we're doing is simply what? Trying to become a different version of ourselves, right? Putting a mask at one time and then taking it off and putting another mask at a different time, right? Constantly seeking. Now,
Seeking meaning
to rid of our anxiety, to rid of our depression, to get rid of our unwanted feelings, right?
to fix a relationship.
To fix a relationship with a lover, or after having several failed relationships, we think that we ought to
Fix something.
yeah, big time, right? So we go on a path, and then we make ourselves worthy to deserve a great love. All that nonsense going on. And we think we're getting somewhere. We're doing something valuable, right? Yeah. All this absolute nonsense. This delusional, fantastical living in imaginations, right? If I asked you to honestly investigate the nature of your own mind, what happens? When the mind honestly investigates the nature of itself. And what do I mean by honesty? I simply mean that it does so not by looking through the distorted prism of personality or individuality or the me. So the mind looks for itself in order to investigate its own nature. The mind cannot find itself. Obviously. Cannot find itself, cannot see itself. And that is instantaneous resolve to all the psychological problems. Instantaneous. What do I mean by instantaneous? It means no time required. No spending of months or years to get anywhere. It simply means that when an event happens and you perceive that event and you create a thought about it, right? But that instantaneous resolve occurs between the occurrence of that event and before you can create a thought. In that space, everything is resolved. So there is no such thing as mind. Right? As mind is simply a collection of your thoughts. Right? And all thoughts, all psychological thoughts lead to the psychological you, the me, the ego. All psychological thoughts, right? All psychological thoughts lead to self-obsession. Right? And that me is completely non-existent outside of your own thoughts, right? There is, I mean, so your mind is completely non-existent outside of your own thoughts. It exists where? In your thoughts. Your mind only exists in your thoughts. And that is the most direct, simple way of seeing the fact. Before one can think. This is not a thought. This is not a worldview. This is not a perspective that I'm talking about. This is the fact, as in seeing the sunshine, as in feeling the ocean breeze on your skin, right? When you feel that ocean breeze on your skin, do you stop and say to yourself, I'm thinking that I feel the ocean breeze? Or do you have to say to yourself, I feel the ocean breeze? No. You feel it, right? And there is no thought registration of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the instantaneous happening between the space of an event, which is the breeze, and the thought, right? Obvious. And that's the direct seeing of something I'm talking about. And obviously, as I'm talking, what I talk about is not the thing, is not the actual thing, right? That's it.